Tay Tay can't stop crying after what just happened to Travis Kelce. The night started like any other. Quiet, calm, almost too peaceful. Taylor Swift, Tay Tay to the people who love her most, was sitting in the dim glow of her living room, wrapped in one of Travis Kelce's oversized hoodies. The scent of his cologne still clung to it, comforting, familiar, safe. But that feeling of safety? It was about to be shattered in a way she never saw coming. Her phone buzzed. Once. Twice. 3 times. At first, she ignored it, assuming it was just another notification, another headline, another rumor. But then, she saw his name. Travis. Her heart skipped. A small smile formed. But that smile vanished the moment she opened the message. The message that changed everything. At first, it didn't make sense. The words felt rushed. Almost like they were written in the middle of chaos. Babe. I need you to stay calm. Something happened. I'm okay, but things just got serious. Taylor's chest tightened instantly. Her fingers trembled as she typed back. Travis, what do you mean? Where are you? Talk to me. No response. Seconds felt like hours. Minutes felt like days. And then, her phone rang. The phone call that made her collapse. She answered immediately. Travis? But the voice on the other end wasn't his. It was one of his teammates. And the tone in his voice? Serious. Low. Controlled. The kind of tone that makes your stomach drop before you even hear the words. Taylor, there's been an incident. Travis is safe, but he's at the hospital right now. He asked me to call you. The world around her went silent. The walls, the furniture, the lights. Everything faded. All she could hear was the pounding of her own heart. Taylor's emotional breakdown. The phone slipped from her hand. Her knees gave out. And just like that, Taylor Swift collapsed onto the floor, sobbing uncontrollably. Tears streamed down her face as panic took over. And no, please no. Her mind raced with 1,000 possibilities. Injured? Attacked? An accident? Her breathing became shaky. Her chest tightened so much she could barely speak. All she could think was, I need to see him. I need to be there, right now. The rush to the hospital. Within minutes, Taylor was out the door. No makeup. No blam. No security team planning. Just pure emotion. Pure fear. The car ride felt endless. She stared out the window, gripping her phone tightly, whispering under her breath. Please be okay, please be okay. Every red light felt like an eternity. Every second without hearing his voice made her cry harder. The moment she saw him. When she finally arrived. She ran through the hospital doors without even slowing down. Fans and staff recognized her instantly, but none of that mattered. All she cared about was Travis. And then she saw him. Sitting on the hospital bed. A bandage on his arm. A slight bruise on his face. But alive. Breathing. Looking at her. The tears that wouldn't stop. The moment their eyes met, Taylor broke down even harder. She ran to him. Wrapped her arms around him tightly. And just cried. And cried. And cried. You scared me so much. Travis held her close, gently rubbing her back, whispering. I'm okay. I promise. I'm okay. But Taylor couldn't stop crying. Because in that moment, she realized something deeper than ever before. She couldn't imagine her life without him. What really happened to Travis? After things calmed down, Travis finally explained. There had been a frightening incident earlier that evening, something unexpected, something that could have turned much worse. But thankfully, He walked away with only minor injuries. Still, the emotional impact? It hit both of them hard. The conversation that changed their relationship forever. Later that night, in that quiet hospital room, Taylor sat beside Travis, holding his hand tightly. And with tears still in her eyes, she whispered something that stunned him. "I don't want to waste a single moment of this life without you. I love you more than anything." Travis looked at her. Speechless. Emotional. Deeply moved. He squeezed her hand and replied softly, "I feel the same way, always have." And in that moment, their bond became stronger than ever. Fans react to Taylor's emotional night. When news began to spread online, fans everywhere were shocked, worried, and deeply emotional seeing how much Taylor cared for Travis. Social media exploded with messages like, "Protect Travis at all costs," loudly crying face. "Taylor crying like that shows how real their love is. This just proves they're soulmates." The internet couldn't handle it. And honestly, neither could Taylor. The aftermath. Travis was released shortly after. Safe. Healthy. Recovering. But the emotional impact of that night? It stayed with both of them. Because sometimes, it takes a scary moment to remind you just how precious love truly is. Final emotional moment. That night, back at home, Taylor laid her head on Travis's chest, listening to his heartbeat. Tears still in her eyes. But this time, they were tears of relief. She whispered softly, "Don't ever scare me like that again." Travis smiled gently and kissed her forehead. "I won't. I promise." And as they held each other close, one thing became clear. Their love survived fear. And came out even stronger. OUTRO, for your video. So what do you think about this emotional moment between Taylor and Travis? Do you think this brought them even closer together? Or do you think something deeper is coming next in their relationship? Tay Tay can't stop crying after what just happened to Travis Kelce, crying face, broken heart. It was supposed to be just another unforgettable night in the whirlwind love story of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, a romance that had already captured the hearts of millions around the world. Fans had grown used to seeing their favorite couple smiling, laughing, and supporting each other from the sidelines to the stage. But this time, something was different. Something no one saw coming. And when it happened, it hit hard. Cloud with rain the moment everything changed. The evening began like any other high-profile appearance. Cameras flashed. Fans screamed. Taylor walked in. Glowing, holding Travis's hand the same way she always did, with that unmistakable sparkle in her eyes. But within moments, the atmosphere shifted. Travis, known for his confidence, energy, and larger-than-life personality, suddenly looked shaken. Those close to the scene noticed it first. A subtle change in his expression. A forced smile. A look in his eyes that seemed heavy, like he was carrying something he didn't know how to say. And then came the update. Whispers began circulating among those backstage. Phones buzzed. Conversations stopped mid-sentence. What had just happened to Travis was unexpected, emotional, and deeply personal. The kind of news that no one prepares for. Taylor saw it on his face before she heard the words. Broken heart. Taylor's heartbreaking reaction. The moment Travis finally shared what had happened, Taylor froze. Her expression changed instantly. The joy in her eyes faded, replaced by shock, then concern, and then pure heartbreak. She reached for him immediately, instinctively wrapping her arms around him as if she could shield him from whatever pain he was feeling. But as the reality of the situation set in, the tears began to fall. And they didn't stop. Witnesses say Taylor tried to stay strong at first. She whispered to him. She held his face. She reassured him. But the emotional weight of what had just happened to Travis was too much. Her voice cracked. Her eyes filled. And suddenly, the global superstar who had performed in front of millions, who had handled fame, pressure, and criticism with grace, was simply a girlfriend in love, watching the man she cared about go through something incredibly difficult.